folks, it's Gel. So, yeah, I haven't updated in a little bit, and I've been meaning to, like, seriously, there's been a bunch of updates I wanted to do, but I've been trying really hard to move the channel and ran into so many stupid complications with that. The second channel is, in fact, up. It is youtube.com/user/GameBabble show, which... funny story about that. See, I had a second, like, name attached to my account anyway, so I was like, alright, let's make a second channel, and it's like, alright, what's my name? First name Game, last name Babble, fine, and so it makes a channel, and I'm like, alright, there's a space between Game and Babble, I want it to all be one word. I can't find a way to do that. You can change it on Google+, you can add a nickname, and I was like, great, nickname, GameBabble. But you can't display just the nickname. It would be GameBabble Babble, or GameBabble parentheses GameBabble, or just GameBabble with the space, and I'm like, no, I just want it to be GameBabble, oh, fine. Alright, custom channel name. Custom channel name is GameBabble, all one word. That name is taken, apparently. I check, the name is not, in fact, taken. Alright, so, why can't I use that? Oh, because it's taken by me because my name is GameBabble, so I can't have a channel named GameBabble, which is the inverse of how it used to work, where your channel would be your username, but now it's not, and oh dear lord, I'm going cross-eyed. Yeah, so I finally compromised. It was like, fine. GameBabble show. Like, if anyone knows a way to fix this BS, let me know. But I was looking around, and the whole everything is just a sloppy mess. On the plus side, actually, before I get to the plus side, I have the channel up, and I've been trying to move the Gaming with Gels first. And God, is that a long, arduous process. I'm thinking of just giving up. Like, I'm not actually removing anything from my channel, I'm just making the things I move private after I move them, just in case, because a lot of these I don't think I have the original video files for, so I'm downloading the MP4s, and I don't know if the quality is as good. And of course, I lose, like, all the metadata, I don't get the comments and the views and stuff just don't carry over. So I kind of want to, like, keep that. It's sort of a just-in-case sort of thing. So I'm making them all, like, private as I move them, and it's just becoming a pain in the ass. And I'm thinking, who the fuck cares? Like, these are all low-ass quality, standard definition Gaming with Gels from back when they had a friggin' 15-minute time limit on my channel, which was stupid. Like, friggin' Star Wars Connect was 16 parts. Now I found out, oh yeah, that's right, I had the Blip TV version, which was only 4 parts, and that's why I upload, but now I gotta verify that on the account. So I'm thinking after I get these couple of GameBabbles, like, processed, or not GameBabbles, Gaming with Gels processed, I'm not gonna bother, I'm just gonna leave the Gaming with Gels on the Gelatin Z channel, just fuck it. I'm wondering, like, what metables should I carry over, if any, or if I should just leave the existing metables on the channel. I'm thinking I might just leave the existing Gaming with Gels and metables and all that on this channel. As disorganized as it is, this is a disorganized channel, fine. It's old news. Leave that all here, put all the new stuff on the new channel, and just worry about moving the episodes. Especially because, as someone was pointing out, I would then have to change the episodes on the GameBabble blog, and all of this takes way more time than you think it would. Like, it is just enough time and just enough of a hassle to drive me absolutely bonkers trying to do this, and I don't think the payoff is very good. Is my recording software crashing or something? Oh, good lord, what are you even doing? Why are you hiccuping? Why is there a problem here? Is this out of sync? You have all the cores in the world. Okay, I think it's fine. That was weird. I'll get to why that's extra weird in a minute. So, yeah, I will just move. I think that's just what I'm going to do. You know, I'm trying to clean up the channel. Someone also suggested that I do actual title cards, which I was so close to like leaping into first thing. Let's make proper title cards. Then I found out, oh wait, title cards are only for YouTube partners. So I have to establish the channel and then become a YouTube partner, which was part of the reason why I wanted to move the channel. I mean, I know the ads are irritating, but you wind up getting them anyway, whether you like them or not. So it would be nice if I made a little change off of the episodes, considering how much work I have to put into doing a lot of them. And I know I only get 50 views, but still, I think if I became a YouTube partner, they'd, like, advertise me more, so it would, like, benefit everyone, I think. I don't fucking know. I think so. So I really want to, like, I want to become a YouTube partner is one of the other reasons why I want to move the channel. And I'm just, like, I've gotten the partnership offer because of, like, Connect Gel Ride and shit, but I don't feel comfortable making money off of Eigel's ass music videos. It's like, no. I'll make money off my own actual work. Speaking of gaming with gels that are hard to move, when you acknowledge third-party content, you can't download the MP4 of that file anymore. The Gaming with Gel of Wii Cheer 2 is a complete mess because there's so many licensed tracks on there. Actually, one of the Star Wars Connect ones got a note on it because of one of the parody songs sounding like Hollaback Girl, which I just found that to be funny. I disputed that one because I was just like, no, that's not Hollaback Girl. That's a parody of it from Star Wars Connect, of which this is a gameplay video with me talking over it. Anyway, GameBabble Show, the channel is half up. You can go look at it, subscribe and bookmark it if you want. Whatever. The good news, I have 2 new laptops. See, my laptop was falling apart. Like, it was making purring noises, and it's like 8 years old or something. It's an old ass laptop. So it was time to get a new laptop. And I'm going off to college. My grandmother's like, yo, let me throw money at you so you can get a fancy new laptop. And a point was brought up. I bring a fancy new... I just needed a laptop, like, now, because my old one's falling apart. A point was brought up. If I bring a fancy-ass new laptop to college, it's gonna get stolen, it's gonna get beat up, dumb shit is gonna happen to it. So I need a sacrificial laptop as well. Found a surprisingly decent laptop for $223, so less than the cost of a 3DS. I have a nice little dual-core laptop. Better than my old laptop. It runs quite nicely. The touchpad is acting weird all of a sudden out of nowhere, which is a little disconcerting, but generally speaking, it seems fine. And now I have my new, like, $800 laptop, and this thing is basically my desktop computer, except portable, which is the weirdest fucking thing, because I was like, wait a second, since this doesn't really need to be portable as much anymore, how much would it be to get this in a desktop? I looked at the desktop ones, and they were either more expensive or the same price. I mean, which is really weird. Normally, like, the desktops are cheaper than the laptops, but I guess not anymore. So, I have a nice, beastly laptop. It's running PC games at max graphics. I went on Steam, downloaded a couple, Super Monday Night Combat is running at max graphics. Terra is running at max graphics. The only thing not running at max graphics is Firefall, which, that's only at ultra high. Very high, it runs just fine. Ultra high causes it to chug. And so, I have this hooked up to my TV, super happy about that, because Yo, I watch a lot of other dumb shows on the internet, and the Blip TV app on the 360 hasn't been updated in like a month, so I can't watch a lot of new shit, so it's great to be able to do that. Loving the new laptop. Giving it a stress test. And of course, got a new capture device, so that way I can actually capture through HDMI and stream HD video. I'm having a little trouble with that. It's an Elgato, you know, same thing Maximilian uses. I did find out that it doesn't do 1080p 60 FPS. Found out there is one that does 1080p 60 FPS, but the one that does 1080p 60 FPS, which is from AverMedia, the people who make my normal capture device, is apparently a busted piece of crap that only works with certain USB 3.0 ports and requires an incredibly powerful computer. Even then, it'll still drop frames. And basically, it's garbage. Like, in terms of a USB capture device in the $200 price range. So, I just checked on it today, so I'm going to stick with the Elgato. It's running nicely. And, actually, I just recorded a Gaming with Gel and Friends of me playing Groove on Fight. It's a little sloppy, but it's fun. Because initially I was very disappointed in Groove on Fight, but White Folks is a very big fan of it. He did a combo video of it. He loved it. He told me like a ton of just random weird-ass mechanics in that game. And once I got into it, I was like, okay, this is not a Power Instinct, but this is good times. Like, I still kind of like Power Instinct Legends more, but this is good times. I do like Groove on Fight now. Like, I totally get it now. It is so weird that the real-time preview on Audacity is chugging on this new computer. I hope that doesn't mean the audio is utterly fucked. I can't even tell. Yo, what? I'm gonna cut this off and double check, and then I am going to record the second part in a separate file. 1 second. Okay, that's taken care of. Apparently, it's all just fine. Speaking of crazy developments, I also just got component cables for my original Xbox. Yeah, you didn't even know the original Xbox had component cables, did you? Most people don't. Like, I went to a bunch of used game stores, couldn't find any. Like, it just suddenly popped into my mind. That's right. The original Xbox has component cables. So I was, oh, geez, what was I playing on? I was playing something on it and lamenting the fact that oh yeah, that's right, because I was talking about beat-em-ups. And so I dug out my Spike out, and I was lamenting the fact that recording from it was only in standard definition, and I remembered, wait a second, why is this the only one that's standard definition? There are component cables, I remember that being a deal. Go on Amazon, they're like $10. So, grabbed them off Amazon, and wow, is it nuts playing this thing on HD TV. There's a lot of progressive scan support. Like, remember to go into your options and adjust all of them first, but there's great progressive scan support. A few games even run in 720p, and a very rare few 1080i. I haven't seen any of those yet, but so I've been messing around with that. As such, I had to dig up a copy of Cocteau Chojin, because, you know, it is the Xbox tech demo, and it does support progressive scan. It looks great. Was kicking around maybe doing a review of that. Then I realized that I would be giving decent review scores to both Sonic the Fighters and Cocteau Chojin, because it really is a decent fighter, and like people would start to question my my taste in 3D fighters. I can't blame them, and I was starting to question it. Even knowing Cocteau Chojin really isn't a bad game, and I'm very confident in my opinion on Sonic the Fighters. But I was like, I'm starting to second guess myself. So I had a buy one get one free coupon at V-Stock, Vintage Stock. It's this chain that sells old crap, and I went out, picked up a copy of Tao Feng. Yeah, no, my taste is just fine. Tao Feng is garbage. Holy crap! Like, wow. Wow. I was like, I need to play this to try to do, like, because I don't review nearly enough bad stuff. So I'm, like, trying to wrap my head around what's wrong with it. It's just like, fuck everything. Like, the short answer is, imagine a 3D Mortal Kombat without special moves. Except that doesn't even do it justice. There's a 3D Mortal Kombat with even worse controls, buggier, less characters, no special moves, and an incomplete move list. Like, most characters only have one crouching punch and one crouching kick. They don't have, like, weak and strong crouching punch and kick. I'm sorry, leading and trailing punch and kick, because they're trying so hard to be special. The stupidest thing, every character has 2 alternate stances, but most of them only seem to be able to do 1 move out of their alternate stances, or 2 moves, a punch and a kick. So what's the point of the alternate stances if you just have the 2 moves? Wow! Wow, that game, it's like fighting in a straitjacket. That game does not work. It is amazing in its particular flavor of badness. Like, wow! But, yo, because of this, and I'm watching, you know, the Yo video games Bloody Roar, and that's getting me to go back and play Bloody Roar. Like, I have a Bloody Roar 1 on my, 1 and 2 on my PS3. I remembered, like, how much I was in, I know this is all over the place, but I get so much, this is what I mean, like, this is what happens when I'm, like, not producing videos. I get all these stupid video, just ideas running through my head, because when I played Bloody Roar 1 again, when I got out on my PS3, I was in awe of how just jaw-droppingly good it is. Like, it stands the test of time so well. There's so many other 3D fighters that we used to think were good that don't. Like, if somehow I got on a Toshinden kick. I was actually kicking around maybe a Toshinden retrospective is in order, because wow! Wow, that shit is fascinating. Because back then, we valued graphics so much that we didn't really give, like, the Saturn releases the time of day, and there's so many different variants. And, like, all the Toshinden games are awful, but are on the border of being good if they didn't do one stupid thing. The biggest problem is the wake-up time. The wake-up time in these games is massive. And the only 3D Toshinden that doesn't have the wake-up time problem, it seems, is Toshinden Remix on the Saturn, which we used to mock as being inferior to the PlayStation 1, but I go back play it now and I'm like, yo, honestly, these graphics don't have as many clipping issues, and the wake-up time isn't complete BS, and this might actually be the best Toshinden. And, yo, I'm playing Toshinden Yura and Toshinden Remix, and I went on Amazon. I'm so glad prices on these things dropped. Like, thank you, Amazon. Getting this shit off eBay was so expensive, but on Amazon it's much cheaper. I ordered a copy of Toshinden Subaru, Puzzle Arena Toshinden, and Toshinden Kids. Realized I forgot Card Battle. Like, I'm trying to complete the Toshinden collection. I'm really thinking that might be a thing, because fuck, Toshinden is so fascinating. Like, I want to love it, because I love the characters, I love the art, I love the music in the first game. I love it from a conceptual level, but it's like all bad, but teetering on the brink of good. And for a brief moment, Toshinden was right up there with Street Fighter and beat out Virtua Fighter and Tekken. And then Toshinden 3 comes out and it just vanishes. And yes, I have Toshinden Wii. It's not a Toshinden game. It's spelled differently. It's completely unrelated. But we'll work that in there. So yeah, like, I'm super curious about that. And play these old 3D fighters, like, sometimes I just get on an old 3D fighter kick. I find them super fascinating. Because as I mentioned, like, I think I mentioned in my DOA 5 review, 3D fighters are rare these days, and they used to be a dime a dozen. And our priorities were so fucked back then. Like, we valued graphics so much more, and there was so much garbage we let slide because it was pretty and polygonal in 3D, and look how neat and futuristic it is. And yeah, going back and playing it now, a lot of that shit doesn't hold up. And then you play something like Bloody Roar 1, and your mind gets blown because you're like, wait a fucking second, this is better than modern 3D fighters. Like, I love DOA 5, favorite fighter of the generation. Bloody Roar 1 is better. Bloody Roar 1 might be the greatest 3D, but is one of the greatest 3D fighting games ever made. Like, Primal Fury is my favorite, but I will admit, sidestepping does seem kind of broken. Hyper Beast is definitely broken. And Bloody Roar 1 doesn't have either of those things, so it might be the best. Like, it depends how BS you think the new additions are. And no, not Bloody Roar 2. Fuck Bloody Roar 2. Like, it's fun as a single-player experience, but that's one that doesn't stand the test of time. You go back, play that, it has, unless it's like an emulation issue on PS3, but I don't think it is, it has massive slowdown issues, which utterly destroy the game, and it doesn't look as good as one, if you ask me. Like, it's a higher resolution, but the models look worse, and the environments are terrible. I hated that it didn't have a lot of the universal inputs. They tried to vary some of the inputs too much, which didn't work, because they never really gave you a full move list, which was the biggest problem with Bloody Roar. I'm getting off track. Point is, Bloody Roar 2 is not as good as you remember, though it's still fun, but Bloody Roar 1, wow, it is way better than you remember. And that's the thing, like, woohoo! Wow, can you tell it's late at night? My train of thought is all over the place, as usual. But yeah, so, you play something like Bloody Roar 1 that holds up so well, and then you play like Star Gladiator again, and you're like, this, number one, why does Star Gladiator look better than Plasma Sword? And number two, wow, this is stiff and awkward. And you play Toshinden, and you're like, man, what were we thinking? This doesn't hold up well at all. And then you play Street Fighter EX, and it's like, wow, this is way better than I remember. And, Rival Schools stands the test of time. But, geez, what's another one? Last Bronx, which is the weirdest name the more you think about, but Last Bronx, wow, that doesn't hold up so well, and Fighting Vipers does. So, that's actually, I know I suggest a billion series, like every Metable, we have the token idea for a series that I'm never going to get around to doing. But this one, I'm thinking, I think the title might be 3D Fighters, Where Are They Now? Like, I think I might just do videos of me busting out a bunch of old 3D fighters and saying, is this still even remotely playable? And, like, what would we have to fix to modernize this, if this were to come back? Which 9 times out of 10 would be make the controls stop sucking. Most of these games just have massive control issues. That's the issue with all the Toshindens. Of course, I have more important episodes I should be doing, but I'm not. I swear I'm fucking subconsciously stalling. Me and my lazy ass. Anyway, this is Gel. Hope you've enjoyed another long-winded, rambly Metable. And yeah, tell me what you think of me just leaving the Gaming with Gels that I've already done on this channel, and if you think there's any Metables I should move, or just fucking leave those on this channel. I'm thinking it might just be a matter of just move the fucking episodes and call it a day. And, can I mention one more weird thing? I was looking at my statistics, and my most successful GameBabble related video, I demand a fucking explanation for this, was Gaming with Gel Rocket Ben 10. The one where I played Rocket Knight at one of the Ben 10 games. It got like 9,000 views. I think it might have gotten more than that. I think it might have been 19,000 views. And like every other video has like a couple hundred tops. Why? Why is that the one? What happened? Is there
Is there a secret meme that I'm unfamiliar with? Maybe me giggling at a crab thing in there somewhere? I don't fucking... How? Why? I'm just baffled. What? Why would that video be the most success? I don't even... Anyway, this is Gel. You've been metabled. Good night, everybody. Or possibly morning. Whatever.